Thank you so much everyone for joining. Let me share my screen. Today's call is all about this training, the data engineering and data analytics training, like what are all we're going to do, how we are going to do it, right? What is the mode of it? What are the things that we're going to learn and all that. So and also when exactly it is starting and all that. So I will be giving all the details in this session. So first, let me introduce myself, and I also have Bharat joined in with me. So we both are doing it together. So first of all, my name is Praveen Karder. I have 13 years of experience in the field of data, databases, data modeling, data warehousing, ETL process, data analytics, and all that. And I'm a Microsoft certified trainer. I'm a Microsoft certified Power BI data analyst associate. I have extensively worked on SQL Server database, Snowflake database, MSBI, Talent Data Integration Tool, ADF, on-premise, cloud environment, etc. And till now, I've trained more than 3,000 plus trainers. So this is about me in brief. Okay, so before we get into what are we going to learn in the data in this training, so why data field first of all? Why do we need to get into data field? Of course, for the job opportunity, that is the obvious thing. Other than that, so you can see this chart, right? So this is how much amount of data that is being generated, right, over the period of years. So in 2010, the data generated was just 2 zettabytes. Okay, and now in 2024 it is 147 zettabytes, and by 2025 we will be generating 181 zettabytes of data. Okay, and what is zettabyte? So this is the unit you can see here: gigabytes, terabytes, petabytes, exabytes, and then zettabytes. Okay, this is how much of the data that we are generating right now. And every organization is dependent on the data right now. If there is no data, no organization can survive right now. Every decision taken by any, can you all please mute?
Your voice is not audible, Praveen.
Uh, Praveen, you're on mute, I think.
Okay, sorry. So I clicked on mute all, so it muted me as well. Okay, so I was saying every organization today is dependent on the data. Based on the data, analyzing the data, the business decisions are taken, right? So any field you take, be it your front end, back end, middleware, anything, everything is dependent on the data. So that is the importance of data right now. So that's the reason we have more jobs created in the data field. Okay. Okay. So, and what are the different data roles that we have? Earlier, when we started our career, I and Bharat, like a decade ago, there was only one role as database developer. Right now, we have these many roles in the data field: data engineer, data analyst, data scientist, database administrator, machine learning engineers, data architects, business analysts, data and data analytics manager. Okay, so out of which these all roles have their different importance, significance. But out of these, we will be concentrating only on these two: data engineer and the data analyst. Okay, because these are kind of the base for all these other roles. Okay, and this is the starting point. You cannot say directly I can become a data architect. No, you have to have knowledge on the data engineering, and you have to have knowledge on the data analytics and everything. Then only you can become data architect. So you have to gradually move to the other roles. So that's the reason. So we are starting off with these two, considering that the people who are joining this session are mostly the freshers, new to data field, or someone who is working in different roles, different domains, and they want to switch to data role. Correct? Okay, so we will discuss all this later in the actual training, like what is data engineering, what is data analyst. But for now, just think that data engineers are responsible for integrating the data from the different sources. different data sources, be it your on-premise data source or the cloud data source. Using some ETL tools, we integrate the data, load it to the destination database, and from there we analyze the data. That is what data analyst's role does. Okay. So for data engineering, we mostly use the database and the ETL tools. And for the data analytics role, we use the reporting tool or the data visualization tools. Okay. And what do we learn in this training? First of all, we learn the infrastructure overview. Like you would have heard these words, right? The on-premise environment and the cloud environment. So we'll understand what are these first. And then we'll learn database, right? Using the SQL Server database. There are multiple databases available today in the market. There is SQL Server database, Oracle database, Postgres database, MySQL database, Snowflake database, IBM DB2, Teradata. There are so many databases available, but we are going to use SQL Server, which is also widely used database in the industry today. Then we learn a ETL tool. Again, there are a lot of ETL tools. We are going to use SSIS, SQL Server Integration Services. There is something called Informatica. There is something called Talend. There is something called NiFi. There are so many other ETL tools, but we are going to use SSIS. And we learn data warehousing concepts. Whenever you're working on the database, it is also important to learn data warehousing concepts. There is something called dimension table, fact table. There are different schemas, star schema, Snowflake schema, all that. So we should understand that as well. Then we'll learn the analytics tool. There are again different analytics tool. We are going to use SSAS, which is SQL Server Analysis Services. There is also IBM Cognos, but we use SSAS. Okay, and the reporting and the visualization tool, we are going to use SSRS and Power BI. SSRS stands for SQL Server Reporting Services, and then Power BI. So all these tools like SQL Server, SSIS, SSAS, SSRS, and Power BI. These all are the Microsoft tools. That's why these are called as Microsoft BI, Microsoft Business Intelligence Tools. Okay, so our entire training will be based on these 4 tools. And also we're going to understand about the cloud. We're going to understand the Azure cloud, right? There are 3 major cloud providers: Azure, AWS, and then GCP. GCP stands for Google Cloud Platform. AWS, Amazon Web Services, and Azure is the Microsoft's cloud environment. Okay, so first we understand all of these tools in the on-premise environment. We install these tools in our system and we learn this. And once we master this, then we will also see what are the equivalent tools available in the cloud for this. Of course, for the database, we have something called Azure SQL in the cloud. And for the ETL tool, we have ADF, which is Azure Data Factory. For the data warehousing and SSS, we have Azure Synapse. Like that, there are different services we have in the cloud. So we will be understanding them as well, so that we will understand everything from beginning to the end, right? What happens starting from your data source till you mold that data, till you integrate that data, and then you create the final dashboard. What all things happen in between, all that we are going to learn. Okay, thereby you will become a complete data engineer and the analyst. Okay, so
yeah, so Praveen,
yeah,
sorry to interrupt you. Let me add some points here. So, why we have chosen these tools and why it is required to become a data engineer, right? So, to become a data engineer, we need a database uh, expertise, right? We should know how database works. So, we have chosen SQL Server, which is Microsoft product. And after that, you need any integration tool knowledge, right? It could be anything. You need integration tool knowledge because you need to transfer data from one place to another place and store into a database, right? For that, we have chosen SSIS, which is again a Microsoft product, right? And after that, when you load data from one place to another place, you need to do the transformation, you need to apply some business logic where it comes the data warehousing concepts, right? So that's why we have chosen these points, these tools to give you a complete package of data engineering in Microsoft products. Yeah. Yeah, Praveen, thanks.
Okay, thanks Bharat. Thanks for adding those points. Along with the course, we will do a project. See, almost all the trainings, people start training the technology, but when you actually get into implementing them in the project, that's where you find it difficult, right? That's when we have decided, so this training will not be kind of a straightforward technical training where we just say something and you do something. It will be via a project. Of course, we will understand these tools also. Once we understand these tools, then we will be doing all that using a project so that you understand how it happens end to end. Okay.
So in if we talk about ratio between project and the learning, I think 30% we will train you on these tools and 70% will utilize those tools in your projects. So it will be 30-70%, 30 and 70. So you will whatever you learn, you will apply on your projects. So that's how we will carry out these entire sessions.
Right. And how will this training be? Mode of training is online, and of course live training as how we are doing it right now. It's not a recorded one, it will be a live training. Then duration 3 months, and training timings 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. IST in the weekends. 2 hours we are thinking initially, but if required we can also extend it to 3 hours. Okay, and we'll also have doubt clearing sessions 2 to 4 hours a week, 2 weekdays actually, 1 to 2 hours each day. Okay, and the timing for this doubt clearing sessions will be communicated later, but for now, so we have decided on starting at this time for the training. Okay, and why 3 months? In order to understand all of these tools, you need more than 3 months actually, but we condense it whatever is required for you to start your career in the data field as a data engineer or analyst, and whatever you need to understand to work in the project, so that we will cover and it'll make you project ready. Okay, and you would have seen a lot of people online saying make you 3x 10x 100x in 3 hours 4 hours. Don't believe all that and don't get into that trap again. Okay, so nobody can make you master in any tool for that matter in 2 to 3 hours. Just keep this in mind. Okay, and what do we expect from you? First of all, commitment. We need 10 to 15 hours of weekly commitment from you. You need to spend this time, and adherence to timings, assignments completion, and also the attendance. No absence more than 2 classes. And we are very strict on this. There is zero tolerance. If you miss more than 2 classes, then you will not be allowed to the training session. Because when we are serious about doing something, we expect the same thing from you also, right? So if you're not ready to spend that time, then this is not the course for you, or this is not the training for you. Okay, it is as simple as that. Then, is it free? Yes, it is absolutely free. Why are we doing it for free? First of all, we wanted to help the community because we have come a long way in the data field. In our experience, we have learned many things. So we want to share that with the people. That is one thing. And personally, for me, the other thing is I'm kind of frustrated by seeing the ads on the YouTube where people are saying 99 rupees, 9 rupees, join, learn this, and become Superman. Okay, I somehow want to educate people on that will not happen. Okay, nobody can become master in 2 to 3 hours in any of the tools. Okay, so I've seen a lot of people, falling into that trap. So personally, somehow I got irritated with that, and then I talked to Bharat that Bharat, so this is what is happening. So why don't we take a uh, action on this, and why don't we do something? So that's when we have started this. Okay, and it is absolutely free except to the recordings and the doubt clearing sessions. Okay, because to host these recordings and all, there is a technical logistics, software cost, and the effort that we are putting into that. So that costs are there. So considering that, so you, if you want to have the recordings, if you want to access recordings of any session at the later point of time, so you need to pay for it. The amount we have not decided it, so we are thinking to keep it very nominal based on how many people are interested and how many people want to learn. So that anyway we will communicate later. But if you do not want the recordings, or you don't have any doubts to be clarified later, so you're okay with the weekend trainings, that 2 or 3 hour that we are spending on Saturday and Sunday, then you're absolutely fine. You don't need to pay anything. Okay, and of course there also, if you have any questions, you can clarify at the end of the session, all that it is there. But just because of these technical costs, we are keeping these things as paid. Okay, so if you have any questions further, you can contact us on this. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel, where we'll be posting content on data. We have recently started it, but we'll be regularly putting content over there, and you can also follow us on LinkedIn, and this is our email ID, and this is a WhatsApp number. You can contact us from here. Bharat, do you have anything to add?
I think that's all. So basically, what I want to convey here is whenever we starting the classes, uh, I would suggest to join with your laptop, not with your mobile, because you cannot do anything with the mobile. Even though you are sitting with your notebook and all, with mobile you cannot do that. So you need to log into your laptop whenever session starts. Okay, and the paid thing, you should not think about this is a kind of trap. We are charging you something. It's not like that. If you don't want any additional thing, you can just continue with your training, weekend training, and then it's up to it's all free. So there is no charges and all. So why we are charging just for logistic cost to bear it. That's all.
Okay,
So
so if you have any questions, so we can ask us. And also, okay, when are we starting this training? So we are thinking to start it by next week, right? By which is 13th, most probably. Okay, so those dates and the further meeting links and all, will be sharing it. And uh, as I said, so we are very strict on the commitments that we expect from you. Okay, so if you are not doing things regularly, if you're not joining regularly, if you're not doing the assignments regularly, then we'll have to let you go. Okay. Okay, so we are open for questions now. So if you have any questions, you can ask. Yes, Kwasi.
I was asking, I'm joining from Africa, Ghana,
Yeah,
and
hi.
your time, you're supposed to spend 2 hours on every weekend,
Right.
and your time is in the Indian time. You are in Africa, so your 8 o'clock will be 2 o'clock a.m. in Ghana.
Okay, I
So
understand.
I
Yeah.
wanted to ask if the 2 hours, like you said, if you miss two classes, you'll be out of it. So I wanted to ask whether you can pay for the recording sessions because sometimes I might be speaking. Yeah, I have to set alarm for the 2 a.m. up to 4 o'clock a.m. Yeah.
Okay. I understand, Kwasi. I and Bharat, we worked for African regions also in one of the projects. So we were in Tanzania for more than a year, and we are working for Ghana, Chad, and all that. So we know
Okay.
the timings over there. Uh,
Okay.
we okay. So right now, that is the only slot we have thought of, but we will take this into account. I'll discuss later offline with Bharat and our team, and then we'll communicate with you if we can do the other slot for the other regions.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, any other questions? If you have any questions regarding this training or in general anything about data, if you have any questions, you can ask.
Yeah,
I
I
have a
want us to.
question.
Yes, go ahead.
So we will be using the same link 8 to 10 for accessing, or you will be sharing us a link next week onwards for this class.
We will share a different link
Okay.
for the class actually. Okay, so here I am pinging you the WhatsApp group link. Please join to this group so it will be easier for us to communicate to you guys also. Okay.
Yeah. I'm a part of that group. Okay.
Hmm.
Another question, when I say you will be taking a nominal charges for the project and recording, so that you will be conveyed by when? Like any updation on that as well? By when
Okay,
we will get to know?
that, see, as Bharat said, we are not thinking of doing any business with that, so it is not commercial thing. So we'll see how many people are joining and how many people are interested in that. So based on that, that cost varies, right? So if more people joins, then that cost will be lesser. If fewer people wants that, and then cost will be little more as in it will be nominal. Don't worry about that. It won't be too much. So it will be nominal cost, maybe 2-3 thousand or less than that, not more than that.
Just to clarify about the projects, right? Projects is free, so you don't have to pay for projects.
Yeah, but the doubt sessions, because this is a technical thing, so we need a doubt sessions as well. I mean, for me, it's a
Yeah.
completely new thing. So that's why I was asking. And
Yeah,
another question, do we will get a certification also from, like, we can add in our, you know,
yeah,
something
yeah.
like that?
Sure. You will get a certificate.
Okay.
Yeah, and also on the LinkedIn, a few people pinged me saying that they like this initiative and they also want to contribute to this. So if in any way, if you can contribute to this, so we are happy to have you on board. So please let us know. Okay, any other
Any
questions?
other questions?
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good
Good
evening.
evening.
So my question was like, whatever we'll be learning through along this training, so do we need to have any prerequisite knowledge regarding that, or we will be starting from scratch?
Not required. So we will be starting it from the scratch. But if you have got some time, just explore the Excel or SQL basics you can do before coming to the session, but we'll be starting it from the scratch.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yes,
Hello,
good
guys.
evening.
Yes, good evening.
Yeah, once more remind me of the timetable, please.
Okay, currently we are having 2 hours of session on weekend, Saturday and Sunday, morning 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. IST, Indian timing. Okay, and there was a request from Kwasi who had joined from Ghana. So we have not decided about any other slots for the other regions right now, but we will internally discuss and then we'll communicate to you or the WhatsApp group.
It's okay, thank you.
Hello, guys.
So, sir,
Yeah, hi.
Greetings from Ghana. I
Yeah,
didn't see anything on Python or R. I wanted to ask if there is a reason for that.
yeah. Uh, Good question. Python and R we mostly use in the data scientist role. So that is the reason we have not added them because our focus is not on the data science. Our focus is only on the data engineering and data analytics.
Oh, great. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Bye.
no problem. Yes, Asan, we have
sir,
question.
we
Yeah, yep, go ahead.
we would not have sessions in the weekdays.
No, we will not have training sessions on the weekdays. We will have the doubt clearing sessions on the weekdays.
Okay.
And then that session, weekday session, will also be outside the working hours only, because we are also working professionals, so we don't want this to impact our regular work, right? So that's the reason. And also we want other people also to join after their work hours.
Correct.
Okay. And also, see, still we have one more week time before we start this training, so please share this with as many people as you want. uh, so because we just want to reach more people via this, so that more people can get benefited from this. And also we are also collaborating with other organizations through our contacts, I and Bharat. So we are trying to reach out HRs and other company managers whom we had earlier worked with, to see if they have any openings. So once we train people here for 3 months, so we will also, if there are any openings, so we will also be pushing your profiles to those roles. So we are thinking to help in that way as well.
Yeah. So also to add on this, we are just not giving training on particular technologies. We are giving a package, data engineering package, where if you learn this 3 month training, you will be able to work on data engineering part on these technologies. So if you concentrate and spend 3 months, you will be championing these technologies, and you will be able to work in data warehousing, BI projects anywhere.
Hello.
Yeah,
Uh,
Naveen, go ahead.
yeah, hello. Thanks for giving here this wonderful session, and I'm really appreciate this effort. My only question is it related to a particular cloud platform, or is it cloud agnostic training?
It is not cloud agnostic training. We will be starting with the on-premise environment, right? So then once we understand, once we learn these tools in the on-premise as in the local network, your computer or your organization computer, once we learn that, then we will move to the cloud. Because see, it's just that there is no much difference between your on-premise and the cloud. In on-premise, you'll have your systems within your network physically. In the cloud, you'll have it somewhere in the cloud. That's all. That is the only difference. So once we learn these in the on-premise, then we will tell you what are the equivalent tools available in the cloud for the same thing.
Okay, okay. Thank you for your
Yeah,
clarification.
yeah, no problem.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hello. This is Kuntal. I'd just like to confirm whether you will be charging anything for the placements also, because on your LinkedIn profile it says that free data engineering and analytics training with placement. So are placements also included in it, or will it be something for it?
Yeah, like as I said, so we are trying to, collaborate with the people whom we had worked earlier. If there are any openings over there, right? And we're trying to reach many people. So whenever there is opening we come across, so we will push your profiles there, because we know who have done better in our trainings, right? So that is why it is important to, concentrate and understand the things better. So we will be pushing you to those roles. And of course, we are not charging for that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so if no other questions, thank you so much for joining. We will let you know the further details as soon as possible via the WhatsApp group. So if you have not joined, please join the WhatsApp group, and see you in the session later.
Hello.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I
Okay.
want to ask, can you
Thank
share
thank
the
you.
timetable
Thank
again?
you,
Thank you very
everyone.
much.
Yeah. 1 second. Yes, Asan, please go ahead. He has a question. Yeah. Others, if you don't have any questions, you can leave. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for having us.
Thank,
Wonderful session.
thank you. Okay. Thanks, everyone. Bye then. Asan, do you have any question?
Yes, sir. Sir, I
Yes.
was asking that can you share the timetable again, please, on the screen?
Okay.
Hello.
Yes, 1 second. Yeah, this is the timing.
And can you also share the course outcome, please?
And this outline, right? It is just very high level outline we have given. So, but once once the course starts, so we'll also share the detailed outline for this.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, Saurav, you have any question? Saurav, Sarumati, Sujal. No questions?
I think there is no question, so we can wind up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Bharat, and thanks
Thank
everyone for
you.
joining. Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Bye.